Today, we're going to talk about the winning day. And the winning day is really, truly just a slightly different way to look at the way that we work our businesses. It also falls in line with getting your work done during your work days and your office hours, and then truly taking 2 days of rest. I've just been taking one. It's okay. I've been taking it easy on Sundays. I haven't been doing my winning day on Sundays. I've just been doing like team stuff. But the winning day, again, is just a way that we look at our day and what we're doing. And you guys, this is the first time ever that when Saturday came, I was like, whoo, I am kind of like tired, fatigued. Like I feel like I busted my butt at work and I'm ready for a day off. Like talking about Plexus, like it felt like my real job. And it's ever since I started this winning day for the last 2 weeks. So let me find my screen. We're just going to pray that everything works the way it's supposed to. No, hold on, let me open this correctly. There we go. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen with you all. I'm going to move you down here. Turn this into a slideshow. Okay, so winning day. So it's broken up into several parts. And I'm just going to kind of dive into it. But before I do, I just want to tell you that like this is another tool in your toolbox, right? So if you're like, I'm good, I got the IPA thing down, I like filling out my IPA sheet, that's fine. This is just a different way to kind of work your business, and it's been wildly successful by Diamonds. So that's why I'm here trying to do whatever a diamond does, because I want to be Diamond, right? So the first 15 minutes of your winning day is spent sowing the seeds for later, warming up that algorithm, engaging with prospects. But there's a little bit of a tweak, which I think has been significant for me already. So the whole point of this is to connect with people and to cast a really wide net. So those of you who have been saying, it feels like my funnel's kind of empty, I don't really know who to reach out to, this is kind of the process of getting that started. So I need to close my Facebook because it's dinging in my ear and it's annoying. Okay, sorry. This is the process of kind of getting that started. So casting that wide net. So here's the 3 steps for that 15-minute time getting social. So number one, if you're going to be out here, you have to be quiet or I'm going to turn that off. Okay. Thank you. Liking and commenting on people's posts who are following you. So like your friends, your family, people who are following you, but these have to be like legit comments. So, like Callie was saying, Callie's also in this group. So a lot of the stuff we just talked about, like she just talked about last week, like you wouldn't, if someone came up to you with like a cute outfit on, you wouldn't say fire, like emoji. You'd be like, oh my gosh, that's so cute. Where'd you get that? So engaging, like legit engaging. Your kids are so sweet. I love their outfits. Like if you can ask a question, even better, like where'd you get those? Or like, oh, that looks like a fun date night. Where'd you guys go to dinner? Like whatever, legit comments. So that's the first part of it. The second part of it is kind of an Instagram thing. So if you're not quite on Instagram, that's totally okay. But following a hashtag or two, if you have like a niche, like, mine's kind of like non-toxic living. If you have one, you could kind of dive into one there. If not, something that you're interested in, like moms with kids in college. I don't know, find a couple hashtags that you enjoy, that you connect with other people. And then here's the tip. You're going to start commenting on the people who are commenting on those. What do I mean by that? So let's make it real simple. Let's say that you are following Non-Toxic Mama, okay? And I make a post and I use the hashtag Non-Toxic Mama. You're not just, you can comment on my post in there, but you're actually diving into the comments of my post. And now let's say Alyssa says, yes, I love Branch Basics. It's so good. Da, 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 da. And Alyssa commented on my post. You're going to comment on Alyssa's comment. Yeah, girl, me too. Branch Basics is my favorite, right? So you're engaging with the people that are engaging in that similar area. Does that make sense? Or did I just totally blow everybody's mind? And you're like, what are you talking about? And you can do this on Facebook too. It kind of goes into the next part though. which is following non-Plexus influencers that are in your niche, or if you don't have a niche, I mean, I don't even really have a niche yet, but or in just some like that, or do things that you're interested in. So if you're if you're a hiker, like start following people that are hikers, and then again commenting on not their posts necessarily, but the comments that other people have made. So back to the hiking analogy. Let's say that, you know, this, I don't know, hiking influencer or whatever posts pictures from her hike, and, you know, blah, 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 blah. It's so beautiful. You can comment and be like, wow, that's so beautiful. Where was that? But more bang for the buck is going to be, let's say Christy had commented like, oh my gosh, I love Kosta Noa. It's so beautiful out there, right? Instead of commenting on the hiker person's post, respond back to Christy. What's your favorite trail you like to travel on out there, right? Because then they're going to go, who's that person? Click on your profile. Genevieve says the goal then is to not be weird. So when they click on your profile, hopefully they don't think you're weird when they go to view you. But then maybe they click follow, or maybe they add you as a friend, right? So that's casting that network really wide. Hold on. What? Okay, you can't touch things, dude. What'd you do? What in the world? Ah, little stinker. Try not to touch things, okay? Sorry, guys. Questions about what I just said? I can't see you, so you have to unmute yourself if you have a question. Okay, so the whole point of this 15 minutes is to cast your network wide, okay? Get involved in some things that you're interested in. And then not just comment on the people's posts, but comment on the other people, like get in a conversation with the other people who are commenting on those posts, okay? Because the idea is if they're commenting, they also have similar interests than you, so now you've kind of starting to build that network a little wider. So that's your first 15 minutes. Yes, okay, next one. Your next 15 minutes is to make your own post, okay? Your own social media post. One post, this is a minimum, one post to your feed a day. I'm not sure if I mentioned this. I don't think I did when I first started. You are doing this 5 days a week with 2 days off. Okay. So if you go back and you look at my social media for the last 2 weeks, you will notice that I have posted at least Monday through Friday for the last 2 weeks on my feed, something. And I had never been that consistent before. So this is one post to your page 5 days a week. The goal here on this post is to get noticed by adding value. Okay, so how can you add value to your audience? This is where that word like niche comes in, or interest. Like you should not be posting 5 days a week about Plexus, but what else are you interested in, or what else is going on? You know, are you dealing with the grown kids getting into college? Are you sharing a tip about how you shredded your chicken with your you know, shredder thing, you know, I don't know, that thing. You know, so are you educating? Are you adding value? Are you giving humor? So one per day. Now, if you're on the Instagram side of things, Facebook even has them now, but the algorithm currently says that Reels get the highest engagement. So at least one post per week should be a Reel. Don't beat yourself up if you're not there yet. That's okay. But don't not post because you don't have a Reel, but at least one post per week should be a Reel. The next highest value is, or engagement points are being given to those carousel posts. So Marissa's really good about posting these. A carousel post is any post that has like multiple pictures or words. So oftentimes it's like a tip and it has like, you know, maybe it's like how to increase engagement with reading for your little kids. And so you kind of have that title, and then the next page is one tip. The next page is the next tip, and the next page is the next tip. It can even be like a set of pictures that you can do too. But go to Marissa's page, and she has a lot of them. I have a couple, but she has more. And And these would be the carousel posts would be kinds of things that would be not specific to you, but the point would be that maybe someone else would share the information. So maybe I keep going back to college, but maybe you have some really great tips on how to get like financial aid for kids, so maybe it's like, fill out this, do this, apply for that, so that people could share it. That's kind of the idea behind the carousel post. Then third highest engagement is a live on your feed. So not just talking on your stories live, but a live on your feed. So in the perfect world, I would say in your 5 days, try to have one reel, one carousel, and one live. But that's not required. You could have 5 still posts and you're still going to be getting engagement. So the point here is to get noticed by adding value. Okay, so think about, even when you're posting about Plexus on your feed, how are you adding value to somebody? How are you solving a problem for somebody? And we are all getting really good about doing this. Instead of being like, pink drink for live, right? We're like, so grateful for the energy, right? Because then someone who is struggling with the problem of energy, you're solving that problem for them, right? The more we can create a story and give like little snippets of our story. If you listen to the Emily, I don't know how to say her last name, not Gibson, but the other Emily February Focus, when she talked about sharing her story, and she talked about you're just creating a little piece of it each time, a little snippet of your story. And when you post about it, you're really truly like, you're being a storyteller. You're not just saying, oh, one time I was tired and now I'm not. You're like, I remember sitting in the car line falling asleep, like you're really sharing the story. So that would be this is on your feed. Okay. And here's the rule. If it's taking you more than 15 minutes to get this post, get the picture, get the post, everything, you're done. Whatever you have at 15 minutes is you're done. Okay. So for my Enneagram 1 perfectionist people, it is what it is. You're done after 15 minutes. So you get it out there and you post it and you're done. Okay. I know it's scary. It may take longer when if you're working on a reel. Okay. I've decided that I'm going to like kind of batch my reels. So I currently have a reel in my drafts ready to go for posting tomorrow, because I don't know what's going to happen between now and tomorrow if I'm going to have time to post it. Sawyer, shh. Okay, then push it. Okay, so that's your second 15 minutes. Questions about that? Can't hear you, or I can't see you, so if you do unmute or type in the chat. We'll also have some questions at the end. Okay. The next 15 minutes is probably the part that will make many of you want to vomit. But it's also probably the part that's going to grow your business the fastest. Hold on. Okay, here's the deal, buddy. If you're going to be out here with mommy, you're going to have to figure out how to solve your own problems. That's why I gave you the iPad, so you could do it all by yourself. Okay. Your nap is going really well today. Okay. So I'm going to say that again, new business builder reach outs. Okay. I have found that some days I can do this in 3 minutes when I have set my people up the night before. And some days it's taking me a lot longer because I'm literally trying to figure out who I'm going to reach out to, get the courage up and do it. Here is the rule. You are going to expose 3 new people per day, new people per day, to our income opportunity. Here's the rule though. These have to be a phone call or a voice message. Our corporate office has done tons of data and studies and found that voice messaging at a minimum, phone calls at a maximum are way more effective. The reason why is because, and I can totally attest to this because this just happened the other day when I called Carly. She's like, something must be wrong. Katie never calls me, right? Because I called her on the phone. I didn't message her, voice message her, or text her in Facebook Messenger, because that's how we always talk, right? So if you were to call or if someone, if you were to call someone, they're going to be like, I wonder why she's calling. Okay. If you were to send a voice message, y'all already know the curiosity gets you. Like it kills you. You're like, I gotta get up. I need to listen to that voice message. I wonder why they're voice messaging me, right? So you're going to open it up and you're going to listen to it. So they're just more likely to even give it a chance. Okay. And here's the thing, you're going for the no's here. You will get told no. You will. Probably the first week, all 15 of your messages, you will get told no. But that's okay. That's okay. You're going for those no's. Here's the tweak that I want you to really focus on. You are not asking people to join your team. You are not. You're going to work on crafting an ask that just rolls off your tongue and sounds like you. It has to be natural. The reason why a voice message or a phone call is going to be key here is because, like I say, dude, if you don't say dude and you're like, hey, dude, what's, like, they're going to be like, that's so inauthentic, right? Your voice coming off and you creating a message that sounds like you is key here. Here's an example. And I can put this in our chat too, but it says, listen, I just wanted to connect with you because I keep seeing you post about fill in the blank really here, but mine recently, the one I did last week was having to drop your daughter off at daycare. So this person that I'm connected with, she constantly is like posting and whining about having to drop her daughter off at daycare to go to work, right? And so then I'm like, I have no idea if this could be a fit for you or not, but I wanted to share with you what we did and see if it may be a fit for you. What do you think about hearing more? Okay, same system, ending with a question and always asking for that next micro commitment. I'm not asking her to be on my team. I'm not asking her to even try products. I'm not even asking her to come listen to an op call yet. I'm just asking her if she's willing to hear more. That's it. That's all I'm doing. Okay. Another example, I didn't put it in here, but is like someone who looks like they're like totally is just like a leader, and they could just kill it at this business. This isn't some verbiage you could use. I can also put this in the chat. I'm just going out on a limb here. You look like someone that could be a part of our leadership team. Have you ever thought about doing something from home that could expand on your leadership skills? Okay, so you're just basically like, without saying, I think you're a baller leader, I'm complimenting you 2 different times for your leadership. Okay. Another one, which I think is super cool, is even if you're sending a sample to someone, you're saying, hey, I just want you to know that along with the sample, there's an amazing income opportunity. Would you be open to hearing more? Okay. They can't say no or yes if we don't ask. Right? Okay, so voice message or phone call. How many of you does that sound scary? Doing these reach outs in a voice message or on a phone call? Yeah?
I'll unmute. I'm ready to, that'll make me vomit. I'll be honest.
Yeah. So I just finished my second week of this program, and my first messages the first few days were, I'm used to sending biz reach outs. I am, but I usually do text unless I know the person well. Anyways, they sucked. And the thing that she opened up our call with the first day that she taught us this was this quote, or this saying. She just said, you have to be good. You have to be bad in order to get good. And I just tell myself that every time. You have to be bad in order to get good. Simple as that. Okay, so the next chunk, this is like the bulk of your day, but this can also, we'll talk about how you could split this up, but this is one of the chunks that could definitely be split up. This is your follow-up and your customer care. So this is 30 to 60 minutes with people that are fence sitters, that are already on your products, happy product takers that have had samples, or that are in their first 90 days. Okay, and in this time, you're working on building the relationship with all of these people, whether they're on your team or not yet. You're just building that relationship. You don't always even have to talk about Plexus, but you're just constantly building that relationship so that when they hit rock bottom and feel like poop, you're the first person they think about because you've been talking to them and asking how their kids are and how their trip to Mexico was and how they're, if they enjoyed the, I don't know, if they enjoyed the President's Weekend. Like, you're just in their life. So when they feel yucky enough to finally say, okay, fine, they're going to turn to you. But this is also the time when you're talking to those people that are in their first 90 days and getting them through dosing and checking in on them and dripping the business. I'm going to share some verbiage with you in a second, and getting everybody to move to their next micro commitment. Okay, so let's talk about fence sitters. you have someone that's like, yes, I'm going to join. Yes, I'm going to join. Yes, I'm going to join, right? Never joined. Okay. So maybe you invite them to a Why Plexus, Why Now call. Okay. We have those a couple times a week, twice a day. People share their stories. So maybe it's, I know you were on the fence. You know, we weren't quite decided. Like, I would love for you to come listen to this call. Maybe it's committing to listening to a testimony or reading a testimony. Hey, I know you were really thinking about joining. You're really struggling with rheumatoid arthritis. Would you have a second to read this testimony if I sent it over to you? Just getting them to the next commitment. Okay. If it's a happy product taker, this is a conversation that I am working to have every single time I have a conversation with someone. So happy product taker, they've been on products for months and months and months. I'm checking in with them. You know, someone who's been on for months, I'm only checking in with them here or there. But when I'm ending that conversation, I'm saying this, hey, I know that you've been using your products for 8 months and you're loving your products. I just wanted you to know, I pride myself on teaching people how to earn some money to get their products paid for, because I would never want finances to get in the way of your health journey. Okay. Same with someone trying to sample, like this example. I know you're just trying this sample, but listen, I pride myself on teaching people how to earn money to get their products paid for, because I would never. So you're just putting this in their ear over and over and over and over at every single conversation. So that day, when they're trying to figure out if they can afford their products or not, and they're thinking maybe they should turn their sub off, they're like, oh wait, Katie's been telling me for months and months and months that she's really good at helping people get some money to get their products paid for. So maybe I'll talk to her about that before I turn my sub off, right? So this is kind of the thing we're kind of putting in their ear as we're talking to them and checking in on them. Okay. Another micro commitment that you could be getting people is getting them on our Monday opt call. Okay. Hey, we have this really cool call on Monday. It's going to be all about, like, our one coming up this Monday is young moms. Like, you know, so if you have a person on your team who's been using the products, that even if they're already on your team, they've been using the products and you know they're a young mom. Hey, my friend, I don't know who's doing it, Jordan and Monica, I think maybe, they're going to be talking about how this has fit into their life as a young mom. Like, would you like to listen, and can I send you the link? Okay, so moving people to the next step, next micro commitment. That's your last 30 to 60 minutes. Okay, the last thing, what about stories? So stories are where you show your whole life. The more stories that you do in a day, the more you can share about your products in your stories. Okay, so it shouldn't be all Plexus all day, but the more that you share about your day, the more you can integrate Plexus into it, right? You should be sharing at least 3 stories a day. Just simple, what does your day look like? What things do you enjoy? I mean, whatever. If you're trying to decide which shoes to wear, put it up in your stories and throw a poll on it. Even if you already decided and you're out the door, nobody has to know that, right? I mean, I got so much interaction with people from my silly, nasty vacuum video from yesterday on my stories, where I showed the empty vacuum and then I vacuumed, and I'm not even kidding you, I've had more engagement with that than I've had in years on my stories. Like, that was my vacuum reel and my vacuum story, like, were insane, right? But that took me all of 2 seconds. Like, I literally was like, I was getting ready to vacuum. I'm like, let me grab my phone really quick, right? And then, yes, I can integrate in there, me mixing up my active and showing you how easy it is, me walking out the door with my pink drink, me using, taking my Vital Biome and telling some of the benefits of it. Like, the more that you're in your stories, the more you can post about Plexus in your stories. Does that make sense? Okay. Now, let's talk questions. I'm going to stop sharing this. Let's talk questions about that. Oh, I couldn't see the chat. I definitely thought something was wrong. Yes. Any questions? Okay, let's talk about how this could be broken up. So,
quick question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. In the beginning, when you were talking about commenting, replying back to comments in that one post or whatever, in a post that you hashtag that you follow, you don't go and friend that person, right? or like nothing. It's just replying to that person, kind of giving them like
Yeah.
a little taste of what, okay. Just
Yeah.
making-
And so a lot of people had that same question. Do we keep track of all of those? And it's like, and Genevieve was saying like, no, like the whole point is that like we're casting our network so wide that we wouldn't even have time to keep up with all of them. Right. I'm finding that I'm getting better at it. Like in the beginning, I would, in 15 minutes, I would only be able to like go like comment on like 2 different things because I'm searching, I'm trying to find, you know, but now I'm like, I can get through a bunch of comments with people. So yeah, I'm going to stop this recording.